Hello. Thank you for watching Spirit Intuitive Tarot. My name is Lisa, and today we're going to talk about what I like to call the NABJ Cringefest. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Trump had his interview today, and it was a nightmare, a complete nightmare. Now, I'm sure everybody's already seen a whole bunch of stuff on it. If you didn't watch the whole thing, completely understand. It was terrible, terrible from beginning to end. I actually had to calm down before doing a video. I've been wanting to do a video for hours. I went through all the stages of grief watching it. It was bad. It was just bad. I do know that sometimes people don't watch all of these videos all the way through. So if you're just watching the first few minutes of this, just the takeaway from this, from me, is he is afraid. He is losing and he's afraid. He's lashing out. This is perfect example, perfect evidence of that. He is fighting the battle of a losing man, and it comes to fruition in such a way that it makes the rest of us nauseous. And that's exactly what happened today. So if you don't want to watch the rest of this one, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to take kind of a lighter side on this, because mainly because it's to be expected. And that was another takeaway that was just for me, because while I was getting upset, I realized, should I really be surprised? Was this going to be the one time when he was going to shock the heck out of me and be cordial? Maybe answer a couple of questions? Did I really expect him to walk out there and show some element of poise, professionalism? No. Instead, he made sure that he tried to point out how everyone around him was so unprofessional and what they were doing wrong. And he was avoiding all the questions and all that stuff. So, I mean, I did jot down some stuff to kind of, because I don't remember the names that well all the time. I did jot down that kind of stuff, but I am going to just touch upon a couple of things. So going into it, there's no way that he could have possibly been in a good mood being there. There were protesters outside. He didn't feel welcomed, I'm sure, and we know that that's his thing. He likes to feel embraced. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the popular guy. He wants to be that person. And that wasn't what was happening in Chicago. A lot of them did not want him there. And to top it all off, not only was he in the middle of a primarily Black convention, but there were women there too. So, ouch. Because we're so scary, so there's that also. And here we go. We're back with, when it started out, it was Rachel Scott. Rachel Scott, she came out swinging, man. She was hitting him with all the questions, and good for her, because these are questions that he avoids all the time. So it just started off wrong because his reaction was poor. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why he doesn't understand that as being a president, and he's been one. Well, he's been one before, supposedly. But seriously, it's expected. You want a leader who can communicate well. We're surrounded by all these potential VP picks for the Democratic side for and they're such good orators. They're so good at communicating, and they want the hard questions. They want to be tested. They want to be challenged, and they want to be able to show their stuff. This is not his wheelhouse. He does not do that. He can only handle softball questions, and he can only handle any kind of arena where he is placed on a pedestal and all the yes people around him, and he's being worshipped and all of that. And he wasn't getting that here. And on top of that, it's an interview and it's live. You can't edit it. It's not just a closed set for him. So he's really on display. He's vulnerable. He's exposed. He is scared. Very scary for him. I do feel like, he was attacking the mics aren't working and the equipment's bad. You guys were late and this, that, and the other. That's fine. That's a level of professionalism where he could have really tried to make that better. Okay, the equipment, let's say the equipment was terrible. They were late, whatever. A professional would enter that type of situation and say, well, you know what? These things happen. This is live. Things happen. Let's get to this and move on. No, in fact, since we started late, I'll give you an extra 30 minutes to talk to me to make up for that. That's what would really happen. Axel's here. He knows I'm talking to you all. So I feel like he missed an opportunity, and he really missed an opportunity because Vice President Harris was not present. Now, he did make it sound like he was lured there under the pretense that this was going to be the debate. No, I'm not buying that for 1 second. He probably showed up there 30 minutes early because he knew she wasn't going to be there. I'm not even kidding. I feel like he missed an opportunity. He missed an opportunity to really shine. And that's, that's fine by me. That makes it look better all around. There he is. I also think that it's important to mention that he, the obsession with finding the origin of people of color. We did it with former President Obama. We're doing it now with Vice President Harris. And if you're a person of color, we're going back to I just don't understand why you have to prove where you're from if you don't look like him. I mean, that's going back to some old ancient racist. We're going back there with that kind of belief system. That if you can do the job, it shouldn't matter what you look like. But I did think it was kind of funny that he completely focused on. He's like, she all of a sudden decided to be black because I guess that's her superpower. She can appear not black sometimes and then be really black the next. I don't know. I do want to say I am black. If anybody was on the fence with that, I hope it doesn't change how you feel about my videos. But yeah, it's true. I am. Full disclosure. So I don't get it. Never will. Totally racist, totally unacceptable, but expected. Totally expected. What else? There's so much I want to talk about. I really should have written it down. I should have. I did watch, it was Harris Faulkner. That was the lady on the far end. On the far end, where he said he couldn't hardly hear her. She kind of, for whatever reason, she made him comfortable. And then later I found out she works for Fox. So maybe that's why. And then I actually watched another where she got interviewed after it was over by Fox. Look at me watching Fox, right? But I guess I just kind of wanted to get a well-rounded whatever for whatever it is I'm going to say here. But she completely skipped over the beginning portion where he was attacking so hard and so rude and not answering the questions. And she made it sound like he answered some of the questions, and you know, it was just a good experience for the other journalists who were present to have him there. And I was like, what the hell are we talking about here? So as with anything, what my point with this little section is, it depends on what you watch. You know, if you're watching this video, you're going to get a certain point of view. You watch Fox or something else, you're going to get that point of view. You go to whatever website, look in the comments, you're going to know who stands on what. Call this another public service announcement. Take the election seriously. Take the issues at hand seriously. Take Vice President Harris seriously. Don't take Trump seriously anymore. His behavior is poor. And because he's so good at lashing and attacking, because that's what the MAGAs love, right? That's when he's being his toxic masculine self and he's showing so much power. And I'm sure, you know, oh, he put all them in their place today. It was a win for the Republicans today. Not really, guys. But if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. I would be embarrassed. All of you who supported his behavior today should be embarrassed. And as I said, playing devil's advocate, he could have handled it with a lot more finesse if he was really all that wound up about technical difficulties and the timing and all that stuff. You don't want that kind of a person leading your country and meeting foreign ministers. And, you know, he's got to like somebody who's not a dictator. They can't all be Pootie. They can't all be Pootie. You're going to have to talk to some other world leaders from other countries, and some of them are of color. Open your minds, guys. I know that, you know, typically we as Democrats, the whole thing is, you know, we're just so soft. And that's why he thinks that the way to go is to be so hard, so abrasive. Abrasiveness is pretty ineffective a lot of the time. And being soft, I wouldn't call it that exactly. I think it's being sensitive to others. It's looking at it's reading the room, looking at the big picture, empathy, communication. Be clear on what you're trying to say. And you want those tough questions because that makes you, this is your interview phase, right? So I believe, Trump, you failed your interview for sure. So I guess I'll stop there. This one's even shorter than the last video. Look at that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about things. You can contact me any kind of way in my description. And there's just so much action lately. There's going to be more videos, like I said. So this one was a quickie. But I had to get it out there because there's no way I was going to make it through the workday and then do it that much later. It's like, you know what? I just need to go ahead and say something right away. So anyway, I'm signing off. Childless Cat Lady and Black signing off. Thank you for watching.